Welcome to my first podcast. This podcast is going to be about what this podcast is going to be about. So, the inspiration to start this podcast is something that I've been thinking about for a long time, but I got turned on to Joe Rogan's podcast, and so you should check it out. It's very, very interesting. Joe Rogan's a comedian. He also is an MMA fighter, jiu-jitsu, all that stuff. But his podcast has become huge, millions and millions of followers. And he basically just interviews people from all walks of life. And so it's kind of an open format, but he's a great interviewer. And that's what I plan on doing, is interviewing people from all walks of life. And I'm going to start with music, business, and then move on to life. So I'm going to start with the music business. The plan is to do a series of short, concise music business podcasts and video blogs to go along with them. And they're just going to basically be some tips and tricks and things that I've learned from my experience of building my music business and my music career. So hopefully you guys will do me the honor of subscribing and subscribe to the YouTube channel and subscribe to the podcast itself and ask questions. You can send me questions on the YouTube page. You can send me questions on any of my social media platforms, and what I can do is take those and take the best questions and answer them the 1 or 2 or 3 times that I plan to do the podcast per week. And we'll get you guys on there. So I'm going to try to make it as interactive as possible and do some Facebook Lives along with it. So there you have it. There's my very first podcast about my very first podcast. Welcome to the Charron Zone.